Let me tell you what gets me annoyed. And I hope Jasmine Crockett is listening to this. By the way, she's welcome on the show. When you go on national television and you call on the president of the United States out of his name, and you're being all disrespectful, as a representative in this country, do you believe the citizens of Texas sent you there to do that? They don't like him either. I'm talking about those who voted for her in all likelihood. But because he is who he is and he is in that position, they expect you to go to Capitol Hill and figure out a way to maneuver yourself through that terrain to work in a fashion that's going to facilitate getting things done on behalf of your constituents. That's your job. That's your job. Excuse my language.
The embarrassment of Stephen A. Smith continues.
Anybody does need to clean up DC, I would agree it is this man, because he is the one that is causing half the crime that we have. Not only is he participating in the crime, but we know that he instigated the insurrection. And if I did say that I had one issue with the Biden-Harris administration, it is the fact that they did not move forward and make sure that this man was put where he should have been put. Because the last time I checked as a criminal defense attorney, and Mr. Attorney General, you may have a different experience, but I never had a defendant that had 34 convictions for felonies and did not spend one day in jail. Never in my life. And the last time I checked, the party of law and order is the only one that decided that they would be out of order and decided to nominate someone who was not only indicted, but was actually convicted of multiple felonies. That has never happened in this country. And it is a shame that we are dealing with it now. And now he wants to tell y'all how to do your jobs.
Where he makes it a point to go after Texas Rep. Jasmine Crockett.
He ain't worth a damn. That's not your job. Anybody can do that. You're supposed to be figuring out a way to get things done. And when it comes to this president, that egotistical, maniacal tendencies that he has, everything is about Trump, where every cabinet member and everybody and their grandmama got a fawn all over him before they speak. I mean, these people, before they say hello, they say, I just want to say we have a great president. He's such a great leader. I love him so much. He's so wonderful. He's so marvelous. He's the leader we need. I mean, they do this every day because it's damn near a requirement when it comes to him. And I understand it. I can't stand it, but I see it. But the flip side to it is that he's a deal maker. And if you figure out a way to make him look good in any way, quid pro quo is something he lives by. He'll reciprocate. If you know that, why you can't figure it out? Is that hard?
Rich coming from the guy who basically said he would bend the knee to fascism.
And I just want to say, I mean, seriously, Stephen A. Smith is in this spot where he's decided to enter politics and he knows nothing about politics. I'm being sincere about this. Nothing about politics. Nothing. I haven't heard one interesting thought from Stephen A. Smith politically, ever. Not one time. He doesn't say anything new. He doesn't study the issues. He doesn't know the issues. He doesn't know the breakdown of Congress or the makeup of the Trump cabinet. He probably knows Kristi Noem is bad and Pam Bondi is bad, but he doesn't know shit. And he's doing this thing that I think a lot of people really object to, which is he's trying to get credentials as a truth teller by bashing on people like Jasmine Crockett. And what he does is he allows white people to feel less racist about their racism. That's the thing, guys like Stephen A. Smith is drifting super close to Jason Whitlock territory, where you become a important black figure in American culture who allows white people to feel comfortable in their racist, because if you're saying the same thing they are, they feel comfortable. I know this is a white person. I come from the most conservative county in New York State. White people love conservative, or people who are black who express conservative views, because it allows them to sound racist. But Stephen A. Smith, here's Donald A. Trump, a grotesque piece of who says more racist, vile stuff about Jasmine Crockett, low IQ, stupid, etc. And he admonishes her? Seriously? He just doesn't know anything about politics. He doesn't. And he sounds informed, but he's just not it.
Journalist Jeff Pearlman told it like it is on his TikTok.
I have no idea what Stephen A. Smith is talking about here. He is 100% wrong about Representative Jasmine Crockett. For you, that's her handle. She represents the Texas 30th Congressional District. I am a voter there. Her job is to represent 750,000 people. She is doing her job.
As did Roland Martin on social media. Since we're on the topic, by the way, Stephen A., of representing a district, tell me why you have said nothing about this.
We got some breaking news out of Texas. Republican lawmakers have just released a new congressional map, and it does not include Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's home within her own district. Let me say that again. They've redrawn the line so that Jasmine Crockett, one of the most outspoken Black women in Congress, is no longer living inside the district she was elected to represent. This is not just political, it's personal and it's targeted. The proposed map is part of a broader GOP strategy to grab more seats by redrawing boundaries that silence Democratic voters, especially in Black and brown communities. So under the new lines, Republicans are aiming to flip up to 5 seats, cutting through Dallas, Houston, and other diverse urban areas. Crockett has already blasted the move, calling it what it is, an assault on democracy and representation. Democrats are preparing to fight back in the courts, and civil rights groups are warning that this could violate the Voting Rights Act. But here's the truth. This is a test, not just for Texas, but for the entire country. Can elected leaders be drawn out of power with a pen and a political agenda? So we're watching this story unfold in real time, and we'll keep bringing you updates as it develops. Peace, y'all.
He would also take a ton of heat from our very own Dr. Rashad Ritchie of Indisputable.
He has now told Representative Jasmine Crockett that she needs to learn how to work with that man in the White House. You know, the Constitution actually provides that the president has to work with Congress. You see, Congress is a co-equal branch of the government. As a matter of fact, congressional members can be there in perpetuity. They can be there until they die. A president is term limited, which once again is why the Constitution is built upon the principle of co-equal, brother. Co-equal. I have a little wager going how long it's going to take for Stephen A. to apologize for his latest comments.
I have said this before. I spoke with Dave Zirin and Ethan Thomas on this, and I still think my theory is rooted in reality. And it is Stephen A. Smith has a few years to go before he likely never gets a contract like this again, because ESPN is solely dependent on their deals with the leagues. And if this was a network that did not have any game rights, I have no idea where it would be. Okay, so they have a good amount of money. Stephen A. Smith got a massive deal. He is paid more than some NBA players, star NBA players. And ESPN doesn't need him because, unfortunately, and I say this as a diehard sports fan, the way the product has deteriorated over time is in part because of him and his theatrics, and it's also because of the new ecosystem that is media. He knows this. And so what he's doing is dabbling in sports, obviously, but he's also dabbling in politics because politics is hot in a way. Controversy sells. He wants to be a part of it. He has his own audience. So what does he do? He invites on Ben Shapiro. He invites on Byron Donalds. He invites on Riley Gaines. He invites on Hakeem Jeffries. And all of them say yes because it is name and brand recognition. The problem that we have here is he is bringing his own acting skills, as we see every day on First Take, into politics. And I'm glad Pearlman spoke out. I'm glad others have spoken out as well, because what we're seeing right now is a bad faith actor trying to get into this when he does not understand so many intricacies of this industry. So I would hope that more people do call him out, because it seems as though almost every time that we have to endure a Stephen A. Smith clip being reposted on pick your social media, any social media platform, it is rooted in inaccuracies. So we'll see. But as I see it right now, it is him knowing that the ESPN thing is only going to last so long. And he's going to have to make a pivot. And he's done it already. The people that he has had on has lent their platform as much as he has lent him theirs. Rather his. So, hey, tell me if I'm wrong. Comment down below.